One of the questions that we get asked most frequently is, how am I going to pay for long-term care? So that's what we're going to talk about today. There's really only 5 ways to pay for long-term care, or a combination of multiple ways to pay for long-term care. It's either VA aid and attendance, long-term care insurance, Medicare, private pay, or a lot of times by default, Medicaid. So we're going to go over each one of those today. The first way is long-term care insurance. So if you planned ahead, you have the foresight to purchase long-term care insurance, it can be a great benefit. You have to make sure that it covers skilled care, in-home care, assisted living, depending on what options you choose and ultimately what your goals are. You definitely have to take a look at the contract to make sure that it covers what you want it to cover, and it's outlined in the contract exactly what it covers. And that's certainly going to affect your premium. But a lot of times what will happen is sometimes people either wait too long and they're uninsurable, or they have a pre-existing medical condition and they can't qualify for the coverage. But that certainly is one way to pay. Another way to pay is Medicare. So Medicare may pay for a portion of your rehab stay if you meet certain conditions. If you are admitted to the hospital, not just under observation, but actually admitted to the hospital for 3 days, and you enter into a rehab facility within 30 days of date of discharge for the same reason or condition that you were in the hospital for, the Medicare may pay for a portion of your stay, up to 100 days. Now, it doesn't mean you're going to get 100 days, but they won't pay past 100 days. So days 1 through 20 are paid in full. Days 21 through 100, there's a copay per day by the patient or their supplemental health insurance policy of about $170 per day. Again, that doesn't mean that everyone's going to get a full 100 days, but that's the max that Medicare will pay. A third way to pay is through the VA aid and attendance program. So if you are a qualifying veteran, you may qualify for aid and attendance payments, but you have to qualify. And there's a whole host of regulations that you have to abide by in order to qualify. You have to be at least 90 days active duty, with at least 1 day being during a period of war. You have to have been discharged under other than dishonorable conditions, and you have to have assistance with ADLs. You also have to meet certain income and asset requirements. Now, the VA has imposed new regulations fairly recently where they are instituting a look-back period and they are penalizing for gifts. So you do have to make sure that you qualify in order to receive that benefit. A fourth way is private pay. So if you have accumulated enough assets over your lifetime and your income is high enough, and the income from your assets, whatever that is generating, so if the combination of those things, so your assets, your income, the income off of your assets, Social Security, pension, etc., is high enough so that you can pay for long-term care, then that's certainly a viable option. Now, most of our clients are not able to pay for an extended period of time for long-term care. The average cost in the Northeast of a skilled facility is probably somewhere between $11,000 and $14,000 per month, and if you're in assisted living, that can range, depending on your level of care, but between $6,500 and $8,500 per month. So if you're spending north of $150,000 per year, your assets can be depleted fairly quickly. So then that leaves us to our fifth way, which by default, for most of our clients, whether they're low income, low assets, or even at this point, middle class families, given the high cost of care, is Medicaid. So Medicaid has a whole host of regulations and it can be very difficult to navigate your way through that maze. And a lot of these rules depend on your marital status, whether you're married or whether you're single, as to what rules apply for that, whether you can keep the house or have to sell the house, how much in assets you're allowed to keep, how much of the income that you're allowed to keep. So we certainly are here to assist you in navigating this maze, especially the Medicaid maze, getting you through that, getting you ultimately to the end to meet your goals and objectives. But one of the things that we want to stress to our clients is make sure that you plan ahead. Make sure that you know what your options are. So we urge our clients to make sure they have a plan of action in place. If you need assistance, please come to us. We're more than happy to meet with you, let you know what your options are so that you can make an informed decision. give us a call. We're happy to talk to you on the phone or come in. We're certainly happy to see you in the office.